Mario Party, man, it's a series that seems to have gone downhill as of the last few years, and I'll be honest, Mario Party 8 was the last one that I actually really enjoyed. 4 installments later, we're greeted with a new party, or rather, another Mario Party. Mario Party Star Rush is a game that I think is a very controversial one, at least one day it will be. I see good things in it, but I also feel like there are things that could be slightly improved. I will say that it is the best Mario Party in my opinion since Mario Party 8. And you know, recent installments haven't been the best by any means, but Star Rush attempts to mix things up with new modes and characters to enjoy. I know what you're thinking, most Mario parties kind of blend together, feel the same, and etc. But you know, this one is a little bit different. The game is separated into a good number of modes to play, the star of the show being Toad Scramble. It's not your traditional Mario Party though, as each Toad on the board has to swarm around an open world like map to defeat bosses at the same time, rather than having to wait to take turns to collect stars. Basically what happens is everybody moves at once. I know a lot of people, including myself, that actually prefer the old style though, where one person moved at a time, whether it was CPU or a friend. It works here too, but I just prefer the old version. The bosses vary by levels, so within each world you go to you may run into some new ones, that is, for the first few times playing. See, this is where this mode kind of falls flat, just a little bit. In Toad Scramble there are only 12 boss fights to enjoy. While each one is different and unique in its own way, it may get a bit repetitive at times. It does help that regular minigames are thrown in here and there though. Collecting allies is important and it may be critical to your win or loss. These allies are either going to set you up for success or be the reason you lose. You just gotta collect as many as you can because they do help you along the way. It can be fun, but there is another mode that gets unlocked soon after you play through this one enough that shines just a bit brighter, I feel like. Coinathlon is a mode that revolves around competitiveness and pure skill. This is by far my favorite mode in the game, and the one I feel like should have been advertised just a little bit more. It's a mode that revolves around collecting as many coins as you can via mini-games as you race around the game board. Each point that you gain in a mini-game results in being able to move ahead that many spaces. There are about 10 rounds of this, and boy do they get intense. Some rounds only have 3 laps and some have 5, and you know, it's super basic, but it's the most edge of your seat experience I've had with the game so far. I wish this was the main mode, honestly. There's nothing wrong with it being on the side, but I feel like people would be more inclined to check this game out a little bit more had they known a little bit more about Coinathlon, along with a few of these other modes of course. Another one I think people may enjoy just as much, if not a little bit more than Toad Scramble, is Balloon Bash. This is basically a mini stripped down version of what Mario Party used to be. The maps are smaller, but the objective is to go around and collect star balloons, which can be traded for actual stars for 10 coins each. Minigames take place if you run across a balloon containing coins as you're going around the map. If you were the one that popped them, you get to choose the minigame. And for the most part, the minigames aren't that bad. Most of them are pretty straightforward and not really that complex, and that's what I like about them. They aren't gimmicky or anything. They're just plain old minigames that we all know and love from the Mario Party series, and quite frankly, I like that. It keeps things a bit more simple than what we've been used to lately, and I really do appreciate that. Then there are the other modes. See, the thing is, I'm a little conflicted as to what Nintendo is trying to go for here. There are 4 other game modes, each of which really, the majority could have honestly been scaled down to be even their own minigames in themselves. One is called Rhythm Recital, where you play an instrument of choice and beat with a Nintendo song provided. It could be Super Mario 3D Land theme, the original Mario Bros theme, you get to pick. A decent variety is given when choosing what song you want, so at least that's good. All it is pressing buttons in sync with a tune though. That could have been its own minigame. I mean, really. It is its own mode, but maybe that's okay. You have a lot of options for the songs you get to choose, and the instruments you get to pick what you want to play. Another mode that isn't all that bad though is Mario Shuffle. I don't know what it is about this mode, but it's been able to hold my attention a lot longer than most of the others. No minigames are involved though. Instead, it's a 3v3 competition to see who can get their game board pieces across to the opposing team's castle the quickest, on the other side of the map. 2 dice are rolled and then it's up for you to decide which pieces you want to move and where. Sometimes you may land on a space that sends you 3 steps forward or 2 steps back, etc. It's a simple task that sometimes feels competitive, even if it is CPU, and it's a nice little challenge sometimes. Even though it is mostly luck, it is still kind of fun. Then there are, well, the others. Boo's Block Party and Challenge Tower are the more forgettable ones of the group, I think. That isn't to say they're bad, but these two, especially Boo's Block Party, feel like actual minigames, and that they should have been just that. No mode was really needed for either of these games in my opinion. Basically, Boo's Block Party is a Tetris style game where you have to clear the rows of numbers you see in front of you by tapping each one to make each row full of the same digit. I didn't play that one much, just because it didn't hold my interest. But then there was Challenge Tower. Essentially, you're climbing up a giant tower trying to avoid getting shocked by amps. It reminded me of Minesweeper in a way, actually. If you're getting too close to one, you'll be notified by a red or a yellow panel. Then you move to another and you try again. And eventually you make your way to the top, if you're good at it, unlike me. All of these modes and the 4 unlockable characters are unlocked by simply just playing through the game. Or if you have the amiibo figures, you're able to scan those in to unlock them sooner. Overall, the game is decent time if you're wanting to kill a few minutes. It's a Mario Party on a handheld. I've never been absolutely blown away by any of the Mario Parties on handhelds, except for Mario Party DS. But in comparison to other recent Mario Party installments, I feel like this is the best one since 8. Is it perfect? No. But Nintendo, it is a step back in the right direction. Did I enjoy my time with it? For the most part, yeah, I did. It could have held my attention longer, but the game really could have been much worse. The mini games are fun, and I hope Nintendo keeps trying to focus back to their roots. I feel like that's their goal for the Switch, so hopefully we'll see a traditional Mario Party game soon there. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think of the game down below, and I will talk to you next time.